All right, let's go, people. Hi, everybody, and I'm glad that you are here for that first stream of the European Janggi channel, even if it's under the title of the French one. And already there is some people and some name that you should remember. In the chat, Antonio Barra is the chairman of the European Janggi Federation. I saw Christophe, who is a player from Poland, and Olivier Tessier is a Canadian player, so he's pro player and very strong. But this year he didn't win the Foreigner Championship because of too much jet lag, I guess. So to give a little presentation, the idea of the channel is to give some support to and some material for English speaking, but I'm French and I'm not English, so you will have to forgive my English. And I will have three main activities for now on this channel. The first one will be like playing online on Kakao, just in order to reach the best level I have. So I begin at the lowest level with a new account I just made, so today will be quite easy. But I will try to comment the game I do online, and so that it could be useful for everybody. And tomorrow, as you can see on the screen, I will also stream like puzzle solving, and it will be kind of interactive. So come back tomorrow to show, and I will also have, I would say, offline video, so no streaming of analyzed game that I will be played, so that I can really analyze with the computer and give useful content to the community. So thank you for supporting me and being there. And so let's go for the first game. Okay, so here we have quite a low elo, so that should be quite easy to win, and he played a lot of games in that category. So there is 18 cups, that's the name of the category, and when you win games like that, for now I have 0 game. When I will win 3 games, I will be promoted 17 cup until I am 1 cup, and after that there is the Dan rank. Okay, he just resigned, so that was not very interesting, but that's the first victory on that channel, so I'll take it. Okay. So at the beginning, often a good move is to open the rook like that, and he does the same on the other side. Yeah, thank you, great start. But the problem is that pawn will be weak at some point because the elephant threatened there, but that's not for now. So the goal of that move is to put the cannon in the middle and control the center. Okay, so no surprise until then. So he will probably bring a cannon there. Okay, so I have to be careful with my rook because it could get trapped, but since for now it's pinned, so I'm not bothered with that. Okay, so okay, Olivier, see you. The idea is to put some pressure there, and since the cannon was not pinned anymore, he could threaten the rook and I could flee here. And since he already controls that file, it's better that I link the pawn so that there are no weak. And now I can actually exchange that. So often it's better to exchange elephant for 2 soldiers, 2 pawns like that. What we need to be careful is the hole created because there's no point for the knight, but there's nothing to accomplish there. Okay, so here you may want to trap the cannon by putting the rook here, because if cannon there, elephant takes. So now I have to go back, and since I am on that row, I can jump there, for example. So here there is a double threat on my cannon, but I don't really mind because I can put the elephant or the knight. And I will develop the elephant. Yeah, it's the ventilation system of my laptop that makes some noise. At some point I will try to have better micro, but for today you will have to do with that, sorry. But that will be fixed sooner or later. Yeah. Okay. So here we could do rook check here. The cannon is protected, but the other thing is that I can just put back the cannon there. So he's sacrificing the elephant on a pawn. That's okay move to develop other. I will just take it and push my pawn to the center, and that thinking. So finally the check move he does, and just put the cannon. So there is some holes there that I will have to mine. For example, the knight could come there and be annoying for the cannon. But that's not the list yet. Yeah. Okay, I will simply unpin my cannon, and after that I will put, for example, the guard there to kind of secure the king, and also threaten a fork with the rook, and unpinning the cannon prevent also the knight from going on that file. So I'm happy with that. I don't really know what he's trying to achieve with that, because he has no real like dynamic or attack there, because that knight can't go there because the elephant can't go there, and I will try to exchange that rook at some point with this or that, because it's a not very active rook, and that rook is quite more active. So I will do something like cannon there that threatens the both rooks, but if he moves that and I take, okay. So, okay. There was a hanging pawn because he unbinded them, and I'm not so bothered if the rook goes there or here, and I can simply go back. So here he played the pawn there, the pawn back, and he is showing that there's no real plan and he's losing tempos. And there now there's a nice combination for us. Have you got an idea what it is? We can win some material, so you can try in the chat if you want to write a move. Maybe there is a little delay between you and me. The idea is like not so to pin the knight, but is to use the fact that this cannon and that since it's not pinned, interest move. Wherever I go on those squares, the rook is threatened. So if I go here, the rook there is threatened, and the rook there is threatened since there is the knight there. So I will win a rook for, I don't know, a knight or a cannon, and that's like big advantage. And since there are no counter attack or counter plane, it's like dead for him. And now he's taking time to think, but that's a bit too late since the combination already happened, so it will be hard to follow for him. Okay, so right there, the idea is to gain that knight counterpart. But I actually can take the knight for free. I'm just trying to see if it's better the knight. And that no. I will take the rook because when he will take, that square will be kind of weak, the knight threatened like nothing, and I will be able to activate my rook that was blocked by his, so I'm quite happy with that. And actually I will try to trap that knight. No. So here the idea is to gain the fight. Oh, he's sacrificing the knight against the guard. That's good for weakening the fortress, but he has no real attacks in my rook is there to defend. Otherwise, it would have been a good move, like I take, rook check, one move, take, after rook takes, checkmate. No, doesn't work, sorry. But I simply take it with the guard, and that's good. And then, like, there's nothing he can really rely on, like. So that avoids a discovery, but at the same time, I may put the elephant here, right there. Yeah. So if he wants to avoid losing the cannon, he has to move there or there, because putting the knight here to block the elephant is not really working. So that's quite weak to have a cannon in the center without real purpose. So it blocks his knight actually, so I'm fine with that. Okay, so that's just to take the opposition with the cannon, and more likely to have some play with my rook, because there's a lot of interesting things to do. So there is a free pawn here, but I'm not sure that's what I want to do right now. I will check. The idea is that the move is now playing, and after I will put the knight in that order, because if I put the knight right now, it just blocks my rook. But now my rook is really annoying there. If yes. So in order to get out of that situation, he has only that square, because this one is blocked by the elephant, but the problem of going there is that I can have some more play with my knight. Yeah. So that's threatening the knight and also protecting the elephant that is threatened by the rook. So he puts the cannon back, but I win more and more activity for my pieces, and that's actually very interesting for me to be in that situation. And there is a lot of interesting moves, but I will go for that one. So that elephant is paralyzed, and I can now do that. Of course, if I move that rook, I have to be really careful about that move going there. So putting the cannon there doesn't work, and you may try to find why. How can we gain some material with our position? The idea, cannon, king, fork. Yes, that's it, with the knight. It does the fork, but the idea is that now the elephant is again threatening. So here the best is not to take the cannon, but it's actually to take the guard, because when there is only one guard in the fortress, it doesn't work. It's hard to defend, and also it will threaten a discovery check. When we do that, we have to be careful. If the cannon moves, the knight will threaten our rook, but the cannon can move but not threatening like check or something like that. So okay, doing that we give an elephant, but there is a good move right now. As I said before, if we move the rook, it just does check because of the knight, and now you have a free rook, and that's pretty over. Okay, I could take the rook now, but I prefer to have my knight on that position. That doesn't change nothing, there is still the threat. But I want to control the square of the center with the knight, so that now there is a checkmate threat. And since he missed it, now it's checkmate. Okay, so that's our first real game, and it went quite well. In those kind of games, I don't advise pushing that pawn because there will be just saying nonsense, but there will be quickly a lot of pressure on that pawn, and there is risk that you won't be able to save it. So you have to take care of pay attention of the configuration of elephants and horses. And when the elephant is next to the rook, you have to be careful with that pawn in particular. Alright, let's go for another one. Okay, so these are quite low elo right now. We can have a look. So he played tons of games, but he lost, so that's the last league. So we'll do our best. Okay, I could go with a pawn on the corner, but I didn't really want it. Here with the cannon, if we could, okay, that's a weird. We could think that he could take the pawn, but if he does that, I just play that move, and that does check, and after I just take the pawn. I don't know why he's moving so much the cannon. Often when you open in a game, you don't want to move 2 times the same piece. So I'm a bit surprised, and I will just so with my pawn I go on the left side, because this pawn will probably go there, and that would threaten that. So by going that side instead of this one, those one are already defending each other. And now we can see the first problem of his defense, because he only plays cannon. Can you no, that doesn't work so easily. I will go for that. That threaten a fork, but can't defend there. Can't defend there. Okay. This knight, he has to defend that pawn, this one, and he can't go there, go there, go there, go there. There's a lot of weak squares for that pawn, and I will try to punish that. And that cannon can't go back. I'm looking if there's a way to use that, and yes, there is one. No. I was thinking of pushing, pawn takes and pawn here, but that doesn't really achieve what I want. So and if I push here, he could check here, and I don't want this to happen. I will simply do that, because there is only one way to leave, and it's that square, and there's no combination there, there's not enough material involved, so that can only go there, and I simply go back here. And now the difference is that knight is threatened, the pawn is threatened, and the knight can't go back to the center to defend this one, and he has to move again, I don't know, there or there. Yeah, here seems better. So I can take the pawn, but maybe there is a better move, because this is a weak cannon, it can't go back, and I will try to trap that. I haven't found yet how to achieve that. This is not. Okay, I will just take. Probably put the rook here or the knight. That's the two way. The rook here or here or the knight. That's the two way to do. I would have put the rook because that gives mobility to the rook, and he could go there after, and there is the elephant, the pawn, the knight, the elephant. That would have been a great fight for the rook, and there the knight achieves nothing. Maybe he will kick my elephant with that. So there is two ideas why I do that. I want to give space to my rook, and also now there is a combination that red can do, that we can do. So is there a good move that would gain some material here? Try to find it. You can write the coordinate on the chat if you think you found that. Oh, sorry. I forgot to swap the coordinate on the check. So he disconnected here from the game, and I think he's just resigning in a kind of not very sympathetic way. But what's too good to know is that the pieces, they are linked, the 2 pawns are linked now, and if that pawn goes to 57, now the cannon can't hit that because it's just protected. So now the cannon is lost since he has nowhere to jump, and since this pawn is protected now with his neighbor. I will show you that since he resigned. Okay. So now, since we had 3 victories, we've been promoted 17 cup. At the beginning, it's only 3 victories to go 1 league beyond, but after it will be 5, 10, and even 15 when it's done. So what I was talking about is that before, if I did that, he could simply jump and take, and after maybe jump back. And now we played that, and now I simply do that, and since the pawn are protected, there's nowhere to go. He takes, and that's a pawn for a cannon worth 7 points and a pawn 2, so we have big advantage there since we already have an extra pawn. We have a rook mobility, and like it's lost. Okay, one more. I don't know what that means. Oh. Yeah. Sorry for that. Okay, we have Han again. I'll go for the same elephant structure. Okay, so here we have again a quite low elo, so worst league, and already a lot of games played. So there, I won't go here because of his elephant, and that's what I talked about in the second game, in the first game we played. So we'll go like this. Protecting the king in the center. So here he already moved the elephant, and that is not threatening anything at the moment, and that may be dangerous for him at some point. If I bring my pawns there, he will be kind of choked, and he has no attack with those elephants. That's what I will try to do. Okay, my idea is to push those 2 pawns. So it will probably bring the cannon back. That's the idea of the knight move. Sorry, I'm not using so much the coordinate system. I have to try to get used to it. I'm not really convinced at all of that king move. Since I want to push those pawns, I don't want that pawn to be pushed. So I'm kind of blocking what I want. And what's actually good is that I can even cut that pawn back to the center, since there is no threat there, there is no threat there because of that pawn. So I'm gaining the control of the fight, and I'm so gaining pressure there, and that's good for me because his king is on that side of the board. So he wants probably to go there with his rook, and I will simply kind of make the position solid and hard for him to break at that point. Okay, I think the cannon back here is like not so good, but that's good to control the center for him. And I will simply move that elephant. The idea is to put some pressure at that point. If there is no material at all, this elephant, if it goes there, it could kind of check the king. So that's I would say a square to remember and to pay attention to, but that's not for a short term. Okay, so in Janggi, in Korean chess, there is often no pressure to rush attacks. Better get it solid, but hold pieces to be involved in the attack, and just be patient and the good timing will arrive. So that elephant is like not really good at all, and I will put even more pressure. So he's not linked by pawn as he just moved to get some space for his own pieces, but now that's very, very weak, and that will probably be painful at some point. Okay, so if you noticed, he played pound there, so that's just wasting your tempo. Maybe it's the best move to do, but that's not a good sign for the game for him. And since there is his king there, I will try to remove pieces from that fight because I have a cannon and his king. At some point I will activate my rook, I think, but that's not the priority yet. That rook is controlling that square and preventing pawn to go back here because I would take, so it's already putting some pressure. And this one, I could for example sacrifice there, pawn take and take the file. He may go there and we would exchange. So I would say I have better to do. Also, before attacking, it's often good to hide the general, like with the guards, but there is no real counterpart, so I will just begin to push. So now that elephant is not anymore protected by the pawn, but there is some support. So that square is very strong because in the opening with the elephant in that situation, that's a stronger square, so it's very hard to take it. That pawn is isolated, but it would require the elephant to threaten it, and it also blocks, so I'm not really bothered. Of course, that rook can come in the game, but that would do that, and that rook will be active. And if he goes there, I don't really care. Maybe that file may be dangerous at some point, but I would just need to hide the general. So he's blocking me from playing that, which is good actually, but I will simply or he goes back or he goes there, and I will take the file at some point. I will put the pawn back to the center and kind of be very annoying for his rook. The idea for that is to go with the knight here, but that won't be sufficient. Yeah. That's, as I said, a very strong square. There is even the rook, that's not achievable. And that knight is very weak now. Maybe there will be some combination to win it actually. I think he will go there. Yeah, that's good because it protects the kings, but that's bad because it kind of blocks the elephants. But he's not in a very good situation. So he could try to sacrifice there. Knight take, rook takes, that would give extra play. Yeah, I think I'm fine with that. Oh, that's... I don't get the idea of that because... That's a fortified square. So I'm not sure it's better with the elephant or the knight. I will go for the knight because I like to protect that square, or but the knight on that square at some point maybe. Yeah, I think he miscalculated because there is like again two opportunities. I don't take with the rook because he just put the cannon there and I would have to move my rook again. So here we have to be careful of moves like that, but the rook is very free, so there's no risk at all. Now it's the time to take that elephant, because since the cannon moved, he can now retreat there, and that's a very good protection. So I'm looking at his moves, there's not so much opening, and I want to activate a bit more that cannon, because that can give the protection there. I could jump there in order to threaten that pawn, but my idea is more to threaten that rook and elephant. Like this, and then jumping here, and since there is already an elephant threatening there, that's quite weak, and I may gain an elephant, I think so. Okay, so he's protecting. If I would want to simplify the game, since I already have a lot of score, I could just sacrifice, but that's better to go there. So it could be dangerous to leave the fortress with the cannon, because they're often very useful here. But in that case, it really it does a good job here. And when it did that, it just closed his rook and put that pawn to and create holes there. So that was not a good move. No, I will simply push. Because if he takes, rook takes. Yeah, I think that should have been very okay also. I have to be careful with the knight. Okay. Knight here, and check. First one. Ah, okay. So his elephant was threatened and he decided not to take back, and actually if he took back there would be a fork going there with the elephant, forking the cannon and the rook, so I would have loved that he fell into that trap, but that's a better move. Okay, so there is a pawn hanging there, there's a pawn hanging there, but there's a free elephant, so I simply take that. Yeah, I will go for this. Here is the fork. In the online version, so in Kakao Janggi, the big junk rule, which is a rule when the two kings oppose each other for more than one move, the game stops and they count the score. So since there is not that rule, I'm not really concerned and annoyed. Okay, time to check. Time to check. That's the risk of protecting like that, is that there is a discovery check, but the knight isn't threatening anything, and the rook is not neither. So when you do those kind of moves, you have to pay attention. But right now, it's not really a problem. That's an interesting move because it blocked the cannons, but still it will be complicated because this move, so he can't move the king there. He can't put something because of the cannon, and that will simply lose a guard in the fortress. So the move to do is pawn here, guard here, sorry. Oh, the rook is a bad move because the cannon just came back. Those are really tricky moves within the fortress, but if you don't pay attention, you will be punished. Okay, so here now, the best to do is to activate the rook, but I can't put the knight here. I will simply take that now, and just need to be patient, and that should be okay. Yeah, that was a very bad idea. Can you find why? Yeah, my left chariot is very happy, and there's a specific square that makes it even more happy. Here. Because the cannon is pinned because of my cannon, and since the king is there, you can't put, yeah, that's it, rook 89, and I will take that cannon whatever happens because there's no way to protect it. And before that, he could, if the king was there, I would put rook there, he could with the guard. Yeah, but that doesn't achieve anything there. Can you... no, there's no checkmate yet.
10초 남았습니다.
Okay. The idea is just to give the rook a way to break the fortress. I don't really care even more about material because like I just give those pawns, of course you can go there, but that's still complicated. Yeah, that's the only move that protects.
초 남았습니다.
Like knight here. The rook can go here or here and it blocks mine after I could do that. That was also a move, but I prefer that combination.
10초 남았습니다. 초 남았습니다.
Yeah, 67 was better. I just yeah, I missed it, and that could control the center. I would have, yeah, sorry. It was a better move. So here I just give everything, but I don't really mind. As I said, only one guard in the fortress when there is still the rooks and one or two cannons is hard to defend, and that's very soon over. So can you find the checkmate in 2 moves? There is a checkmate for in 2 moves for us.
10초 남았습니다.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so yes. There was a checkmate in 1 move, just rook takes there, it's protected by the knight and the guard can take. Sorry, how to make it complicated. But by moving the knight there, there is 1 less piece, so now the cannon is just threatening that, so I now can simply take that. But yeah, so sorry for that. Okay, so for me the idea is to do like once a week those kind of streams of playing, kind of 1 hour, and also puzzle sessions. And yeah, you can come back tomorrow. There is the timing from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. and we will solve puzzles together. So that's on a different app that just suggests puzzles, and I will be using that application to solve problems. So yeah, that was the first stream, and if at some point you have feedback or idea, you can go there and just message me. I mean, I think I already know most of you, and I hope that has been useful. So right now we are on the very low leagues, and we will be like climbing our way to the best we can. And yeah, I will try to improve and to see. Yeah, that's the first European Janggi stream ever. And I'm sure you will be at home tomorrow since there is the medical confinement. So if you are free, just come back. And so thank you for supporting that, and some of you may recognize and help me in setting all of that, and that's very, very kind. And yeah, stay safe and take care. Goodbye, goodbye. See you tomorrow if you come back.